viewers, welcome to another episode of the N.O.W show, your show for overcomers and winners, taking you on a journey of self-discovery, becoming the better version of yourselves. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about keeping your eye on the ball. And who else to discuss this with me than a young man who I believe is keeping his eye on the ball, Tobi Olarinde. Tobi is a writer. Oh my word, he writes on every subject. And I said, well, this is one thing that you're so suited for. So come and give us snippets of those your write-ups. Tobi, you're welcome to the N.O.W show.
Thank you very much. So good to be here.
Finally.
Yeah. After a long time here, it's so good to be here. Yeah.
I'm always so encouraged, when you send me your write-ups and I read and I'm thinking, what goes through this young man's mind? How did you come about starting to write those things?
For me, it wasn't writing at the first instance.
Okay.
It was more of just motivating people, because naturally I just speak to encourage people, even from my family to the outside world. But I now discovered along the line that if you must be a good speaker, you must also learn to articulate your thoughts and put them down. So I started to write. I started to write in the sense that I wanted to have diverse audiences. I have those who can read. Those who cannot read, listen to my videos and all of that. So while I speak, I also feel like there's a need to reach a wider audience. So that's
motivational write-ups and motivational speeches.
Yeah, inspirational. Yes.
Okay, so now coming to the topic of today, keeping your eye on the ball. Okay, so what do you need to keep your eye on the ball?
Well, I would say, in my own opinion, I know diverse people would have different things that comes to their mind, but the first thing for me is what motivates you? What's that thing that drives you? What keeps you up at night? What keeps you going every moment? If you discover that first, which is, thank God, the N.O.W show is all about self-discovery. If you discover that purpose or that thing, that energy that you derive from whatever you're doing, that's how to now see what you can focus on. Although a lot of people have different things, they have like 1 million things. You ask me personally, Tobi, how many things can you do? I can do quite a number, but I think what I'm more passionate or most passionate about is the speaking and writing. So I've learned over the years to focus on that speaking and writing, such that I could write my first book. I have a book already, and I'm currently on the second book. And I've been speaking. I started to use my phone, then I started to pay somebody to shoot me and all of that. So that keeps me going. I've had people sponsor me to do some videos. So sometimes this focus would just help you shaping your ideologies or the dreams you've got.
I've heard you mention focus like 3-4 times already. This focus, what really is this focus? Because I have an idea, it's like focus is clarity, right? And giving your attention to something you concentrate on.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
Yes. So why do we talk about this subject of focus? Why is focus important? Why do I need to focus on my focus?
For you
that English is correct. Well,
I mean, in this context, it's very correct, because you have to focus on the focus.
Yes, how do I focus on the focus?
Because if you don't focus on the focus, you might lose focus, So just to play around it, I think that focus basically is just the driving force. What is that thing I want to be successful at? Focus is success, because there's no success without focus.
So it's focus that helps me to keep my eye on the ball.
On the ball, yes. Such
because
that
my eye is on the ball.
If your
and
eye,
it doesn't, I don't get distracted.
I mean, a footballer who wants to score a goal will not be playing the ball and be looking at the audience clapping for him. He's looking at the opponent, he's looking at the ball, and he's trying to just focus and see, okay, his eyes I like the video, but they've watched it, you've inspired somebody. So
Okay.
that keeps me going. So
Okay.
that's like my own focus. In my own ideology, I think focus is just keeping your eye on the ball, like you just said.
Keeping your eye on the ball. You know, as you were talking, you know, I said to myself, I think one of the ways in which to keep your focus is actually to ignore whether you get likes or you don't get likes. Because, you know, the world has become a world of likes. How many likes somebody gets or something like that. And you find that some of those likes are fake likes.
Of course.
So,
of course.
You need to keep your focus.
Yeah, sure.
You know? So,
sure. So that's
what are the things that help me to keep my focus?
Number one, I have mentioned earlier, what motivates you? Where do you want to get to in the next 2 minutes? When people say, when do you want to get to in the next 5 minutes or 5 years, I'd be like, 5 years, that's a long time. It requires me planning, but where do I want to be in the next 2 minutes? After this time out, what do I want to do? That's how to keep your focus.
Okay.
What if I now know where I want to be in the next 2 minutes? How do I get there? So you're dreaming, you're planning, and you're getting things done. That's how to just keep your focus in my own ideology.
Okay. So the things that I need to concentrate
on more,
pay attention to.
Attention is very key. That one is very, very key, because if you lose your attention, I mean, there might be a lot of things that you would not. There have been some things that I've lost personally that I said to myself that, oh, if you had maybe done this way, or if you had paid more attention to this, you would have been better.
You know, this subject of focus, clarity, paying attention, concentrating, it's a good subject. It's good to hear. But you know, as much as we want to do it, sometimes things happen.
Definitely.
Life happens.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, distractions come, then even discouragement can come. How do I help myself? Should I find myself?
Okay, if you find yourself in that,
being unable to focus,
if you find yourself in that situation, my quick advice to anybody anytime is for you to snap out.
Please come again.
What I would tell everybody who is listening or who wants to just get past the discouragement is for you to snap out.
Snap out.
I give you a simple analogy. If, for example, you are where, you know, soldier ants now, where they are, and maybe one soldier ant just bites you on your leg or something, you don't go looking for that particular ant. You move out of that space to see how you can use a particular thing, maybe an insecticide or something, to kill others dead. So if you dwell in that particular place for too long, before you know, as a guy, the ants begin to enter your trouser and begin to cause a lot of commotion. Then you begin to just wander around like a mad person. But if one beat you and you saw that, okay, yes, this has happened, and you quickly, you know, you look for a tool, kill the others, and before you know it, you're out. You move.
Snapping out is taking yourself quickly
out of that situation, because
wow,
dwelling in it for too long would be very dangerous. Very dangerous. Maybe, for example, you lost a loved one and you just like, okay, when I lost my dad, for example, if I had said, 2016, if I had said, okay, my dad is dead, I'm not going to be anything in life again, because nobody supported me more than my dad. I'm like, I'm not going to do this.
Your greatest support system.
As a then, my mom is wonderful now. She's doing very, very well. You know, but that alone would have just maybe taken me off track. You hear people say their parents died or their father died. Not like there's no money, but because there's love for the parents, just be like, there's no reason why I want to be successful. If I get successful, who do I want to take care of? I mean, you need to start realigning your thoughts, your mentality, before you can see how to snap out. Because snapping out, as easy as I am saying it, is more difficult.
I'm happy you're saying that. That it sounds easy, but the process really is difficult. Because I mean, when people are in a bad place, they are in a bad place. So now saying to them, snap out, you know, they're looking at you like, Are you for real?
was saying.
Did I just jump into this and you want me to just snap out of it?
You have to. It's something that you must be deliberate about. You must be deliberate about snapping out. I mean, for some people,
be deliberate about focus.
Yes.
Now be deliberate about snapping out. Should you be discouraged or?
Yeah, sure. Being deliberate in the world or in the human life or human development, as it were, is just like the major thing. Because you have to be intentional about these things. If I want to move out of discouragement, I have to say, okay, yes, I want to snap out. It's something that you must be willing to. You get, so if you are willing to do that, that's being deliberate will just help you gradually snap out of it. I mean, maybe it's when you are snapping out, like I said, with the analogy of the ants. That you'll be looking for maybe an insecticide or something to kill it. There might just be something around the corner when you're trying to snap out that will help you bounce back.
That will help you bounce back. Wow. Talking about bounce back, how important is bouncing back?
Bouncing back is just like when they tell you the popular saying that if you fall one time or if you fall 7 times, always try to rise again. I mean, big companies, no, we're not doing adverts for them, but big companies, maybe like Coca-Cola and all of that. If you hear their stories, there've been a lot of issues that they went through. Maybe in their first year, their sales was not really great, but that didn't stop them. They just, people have to now, sometimes you have to now come back to the drawing board and see what have I done that is making me not achieve ABC. Now, if you notice all of those things together, you put them together, that gathers you some kind of strength and you bounce back. So bouncing back
to propel you.
There's something, there's a driving force to just make you come up, you know. I mean, I wouldn't have been here if I had thought of maybe something that I've gone through. I'd be like, okay, what's the whole essence? And all that. But there's something, because I believe in the vision of the N.O.W show. I know that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I know that people are getting inspired, lives are getting changed. So that's for me, it's helping me to bounce back, because I know that we are all sent into the world. You like it or not, Christian, Muslim, pagan, they are all sent into the world by God for a purpose. So bouncing back should just be something that would push you regularly.
So you would say to the young mind out there, female, male, you know, is never be discouraged.
Do not be discouraged. Do not be discouraged. Do not take these things personal. Because failure is not personal.
Do not take these things personal.
Do not take it personal. Failure is not personal. I mean, you see everybody looking all good. I mean, you see now, as a fine boy, you probably you probably might not know the things that are going through my head right now. But that's not the focus. That's not what is important. Do not be discouraged. Do not take it personal, and just keep your eyes on the ball.
The destination.
Yes, it's not about the journey, it's about the destination. Nobody celebrates you because you failed. I mean, do something that when you leave can outlive you.
Come again on that. Always
do something that when you leave can outlive you. I mean, I said to people that if I die today, God forbid. Because I want to live long.
Such a long way to go.
I say to people that if I die today, I think I have a book that people can refer to. I have videos that people can watch and be inspired. So for me, I'm already creating something that can outlive me.
Down the line, you're still blessing people. You're still inspiring people.
100 years from now, the videos are still available. Technology has not gone beyond what we're doing now.
Don't worry, they will do something about the technology.
There will be something and all that. There are very great minds that have also passed, but things they've done have outlived them.
Okay.
That's the whole essence. If you think you want to be successful for the now, no, for the now,
for the now.
For the now, like for the current period.
Everything is about now.
You
know, there's an urgency.
Yes.
More than ever before.
Yeah, sure.
There is an urgency. So it's about the now. You know, that
Yeah.
word now is becoming so
Sure.
you know, apt and, really relevant for all of us. We need to key into that word.
You have to be present.
Yes.
You have to be present.
Yes.
So just keep amassing wealth for yourself for now, and for now to come.
I like that.
That's what I would want to say to anybody watching this today. Don't be discouraged. Being discouraged is not even an option. It's something that you should just do away with. I mean, it's not easy, but try.
It's not easy, and for a young man like yourself to be on this journey where you're so, you be consistent at this, talking about things to motivate people, to inspire them, so that they don't lose focus. I'm amazed because many young people, there are lots of distractions. Is it social media? Is it peer pressure?
Yes.
Is it so many things? So how do you remain focused?
Well, first off, I would say that I'm part of the world.
You're part of the world.
I'm part
truly.
I'm part of the generation, but what happens in the world for me doesn't define me.
Come again on that.
What happens in the world for me,
for you,
doesn't define me. What defines me is where I am going to. Even if I've said to people that it might interest you to know that when I'm even watching a movie, I don't watch a movie for fun. I watch a movie to learn something.
To pick out something.
Yeah, so when I pick out something, I watch one movie, I'm not going to say, and there was a point where I was like, can I do fraud?
Are you serious?
I was learning how to do fraud, but it got to a point where the guy was caught, and I'm like,
wow.
So it was like myself talking to myself. If you do this fraud, can you also you get me? So
you do the crime.
So
you do the time.
Of course. So I had to tell myself that yes, you've learned this bad part of it, but do you want to take the bad part away, or you want to focus on the good part, such that you don't do the time?
And some other person,
some people don't care.
The glamorous side of that crime can just focus on that and refuse to see the time.
Some
that
people
you have to
go and learn how
crime.
to print money. I totally
wow. I hope the young people out there will remember that. If you do the crime, think about the time. Because you surely will do the time. The time will surely come.
Sure.
No matter how long you seem to escape it and you keep doing the crime or cover it, there comes a time that everything becomes uncovered and you will certainly do the time.
Most definitely.
Because, like I was saying that there's so much distraction around and people are always looking at likes and things like that. I think the pressure is a lot on the young ones. I always say to my children that I had it easier growing up because I didn't have all these kind of distractions. I'm thinking of how many likes, I'm thinking of what bag somebody is carrying. You're just you, you're doing you, and most people, so you find out that because of the pressure now, a lot of people are not doing themselves. They're doing things to please
others. Yes.
And I'm wondering, how focused can you be if you do those things?
It's very hard for you to be focused. Although you're also focused in a way. But you're focused on
the wrong thing.
Do you understand? You're focused on the wrong thing because you want to have 1 billion Instagram followers. How well can your content do for a long time? We have so many people that have come up on social media and they've also gone down.
Yes.
Because the content will not just be there. So do something that would don't look at the legs. As much as
there's good focus and bad focus.
Yes, there is. Definitely. There is. I want to focus on maybe I wish this was off camera.
No, you're not getting away with it. It's on camera. So you go ahead.
Maybe you want to get away with or focusing on having different girlfriends as a young chap, for example. And you want to just maybe do whatever. And you're not ready to maybe father the children. You don't want to be father of all nations.
Oh, you want to be baby daddy.
You know, so you would want to tell yourself that, okay, do I want to abstain? Something. Okay, if you are of age and you want to get married, do you want to get married?
So you don't born.
You know, so these things are just interwoven. You know, I mean, if we expand this topic, we could go on and on just to look at other beats.
I know. You know, from everything we've been talking about, all I can hear from you, you know, I keep hearing things like you have to be deliberate, you have to be intentional. So those words, deliberate and intentional, actually come into our everyday lives. So it's like you cannot just live your life carelessly.
You can't.
You can't live your life carelessly. So you have to be deliberate and intentional about everything. You know, we're living our lives without hearing these words. But truly and honestly, we also were deliberate and intentional, but it's just that we didn't hear these words drummed into us on a daily basis. You have to be intentional, you have to be deliberate, you have to be focused, you have to be, oh my God, right there. So many things that the young people of nowadays are
we have a lot we're enjoying. We have a lot we're enjoying, but it's just for you to take this enjoyment and turn it into something that will drive you to that success that you want to
take this enjoyment.
The enjoyment, all of these things that you're saying that we have at our hands, you know, just take all of these things put together and channel them towards positivity, towards the success that you're trying to achieve.
Channeling enjoyment towards positivity. I hope the young ones out there are hearing it. You actually can channel all this enjoyment, seeming enjoyment, like he's talking about, to something positive.
Yeah, sure.
Wow. Keeping your eye on the ball.
You've got to.
You've got to. So it's doable.
It's doable. It's more than doable.
It's more than doable.
Because it's just normal. It's life.
To everybody or to some people?
To everybody who is deliberate.
I like that. Yeah, so to everybody who is deliberate,
yes,
you can keep your eye on the ball.
Yes.
Wow. I'm so loving this topic, you know. Woo! You know, Tobi, we could go on and on and on.
Most definitely.
You know, definitely, like you said, the subject is so wide
broad,
and varied, and you know, we could keep on talking about it and everything. But you know, we're limited by time.
Of course.
There's something which we do on the Now Show, which we call the final word. So it's your takeout for our viewers, that even if they don't remember everything, but I'm sure they will remember everything we discussed, because I mean, it's such an interesting topic. You know, even if they don't remember everything we discussed, just that word that you want to leave with them. Could be a one-liner, a two-liner, that they will remember this discussion by. Your final word, Tobi.
Okay, so my final words would be discover yourself. But I would shock you. The day you discover yourself, the day you realize that you have problems to solve. Underline the word solve. So you discover yourself not to enjoy sometimes, but to solve problems, because the strength lies within you. So you can do anything that you put your heart to, and you must be deliberate about discovering yourself and solving problems.
Wow. Interesting time, interesting conversation, interesting young man. I must say I've enjoyed my time.
I did too.
You know?
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tobi, for keeping
Thank you for having me
with us.
on this show. Thank you.
So, until we come your way again on the Now Show, I'm signing off with Tobi Olarinde.
Thank you very much.